Good morning, beautiful people. I hope everybody is recovering after 4th of July. I know that there was lots of celebrations, and many of you have today off, which is awesome. Which is awesome for those of you who don't work for self, that you get yet another day off. You get a really long weekend. I mean, that's amazing. But so this morning I had a really good sleep. Got some really good sleep last night. It was awesome. I woke up. My alarm actually woke me up this morning, but sometimes it doesn't. But I was like half awake. But my alarm woke me up this morning, and I jumped out of bed and I started doing my thing. What I usually do, my journaling, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna get dressed for the day because I have free spirit talks in a little while. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get dressed for the day, and I just happened to have just gotten this, I'm not going to lift it up, this cool little dress, and it's got like peacock feathers all over it, and I have a thing for peacock feathers over the last like year and a half, and I eventually will have this, like, I want to get this beautiful peacock tattoo in the shape of an infinity symbol on my lower back, but I still have not jumped in yet. I still have not jumped into that yet. But anyway, so I was getting dressed, and I like looked at the dress, and I was like, I should save the dress. I should save the dress. I should wait until, to wear it until I'm like going on a date with my lover, or I should wait for like a special occasion. And then I was like, okay, like really, I stopped myself, because the truth is, living is a special occasion. We shouldn't be waiting for something to wear the clothes that make us feel good, or step into that project we want to do. We shouldn't waiting. I might never wear the dress then if I'm always waiting. So, but anyway, the dress has all these peacock feathers all over it. And it just like makes me like yes, I'm gonna like touch, like it makes me want to like rub on myself, because it's like the material is just beautiful. It just makes, like, I feel good in this dress. It makes me feel really sensual. It makes me feel very feminine. And when I say sensual, I don't mean like turned on and hot, because I know I'm gonna get comments from random men about the fact that I just touched myself on a live. But it just I feel really feminine in this dress. I feel really good. And it got me thinking as I was putting it on and I was getting dressed about how much of the body image stuff I'm hearing about lately. And because it's just like coming into my world, like people really hating on their physical bodies, their actual physical bodies, and how like, oh, I wish I could lose some weight, I wish this, I wish that, I hate this about myself, I hate that about myself. And when I hear that, I spent years as an eating disorder therapist, and I spent years in a severe eating disorder myself, and we all know that with eating disorders does come really bad body image. And then I spent years, really having to work on myself and work on loving my body. And now, yeah, of course I'm a woman. There's parts that I'm like, oh yeah, I wish I could fix that. I wish that was a little different. I wish I had blue eyes instead of brown eyes, like that kind of silliness. Because it truly is silliness. But leaning into that, I saw that like, this is a message that kind of keeps coming to me about body image. And people are like, I love myself, I just don't like my body. And I want to tell you that that's not possible. If you truly love yourself, you have to love your body too, because your body is what is encompassing who you are right now. It is how you are presenting yourself to the world. So yes, you can be like, yes, I have a really beautiful heart. You can believe those things, but you can't truly love yourself if you're not loving your body. And we get all these messages, and I don't care if you're a man or a woman. I think body image and hating on one's body has become something that we look at women and go, oh, women don't like their bodies. No, I actually know, and I actually treated when I was doing therapy, so many men that are really struggling with their body. And this isn't really just about body image. It's about loving yourself just the way that you are. quirks, flaws. I wrote an article the other day based on Meet Virginia by Train, and I kind of took a little bit of a different spin on it, but it is how I used to hear the song when I was young, because I first heard the song when I was like 12, 13. And it was just how this man looks at this woman as so unique, but that uniqueness makes her so incredibly beautiful. The way her body is shaped a little bit different, the way she laughs, the way she smiles, the quirky thing she does is what makes her attractive. And I can tell you that if she didn't own that, then that wouldn't be attractive. I can tell you there is a poll done that I read, and it must have been like 3 months ago. Yeah, it had to be like 3 months ago. It was this poll, and the poll was all about what men wanted more of from their woman in the bedroom. And yes, there was stuff like, I want more blowjobs. I want her to, do this threesome with me. There was some craziness, of course. Not craziness, but there was definitely some like focused sex stuff. However, what most men wanted was their woman to be enjoying it. What most men wanted was their woman to really love themselves, their bodies, and not be like, oh, like, don't look at the flab there, or oh, that position makes me look weird, or that position, it's not the best angle, does my butt look big? Like, that is actually a turn off. And whether you're a man or a woman, when you bring that energy into your life, and that is how you're presenting yourself, you're like shut down, like you're looking down, you're slumped, you are not presenting confidence. You're not presenting owning yourself. I can tell you, I can look at a woman who is not ideally beautiful. And I mean like ideally beautiful in that she would not be on a magazine. She does not fit size requirements to walk down a runway. And she's just glowing. She is just glowing. And she's owning her body. And that is what we really are talking about here, is like owning your body. And then, thus, if you're owning your body, you can also own yourself. Because there is no pulling. I know that we like to go, oh, well, that's my spirit. The fact is, to be human means to be in a physical human body. It means to be connected to this thing right here. And to be so much up in the spiritual world and not connected to your body, you are not having a full experience. I'm sorry, but you're not. Our bodies are just as important. And so if you are hating on the vehicle that is getting you from place to place to place, then you are hating on your core self. You are hating on who you are. You're not owning the uniqueness. You're not owning the peacock. You're not owning the peacock. And that really is, and it is something that I know that I've struggled with throughout the years, and it comes and it goes. So I don't want to like sit here and be like, oh, like I am a big preacher, like you should always love your body. Yeah, we all have our moments, and I can tell you, like, there's times in the month where I'm like, I'm not loving this body currently. I'm uncomfortable, I'm bloated, or whatever is going on. But when we truly accept our bodies, then we begin to accept ourselves at a deeper level. We begin to actually have healthier bodies, because the truth is, as soon as you truly get embodied, it is amazing how weight and your health will just start to kind of almost spiral in a positive way. I can remember when I first started my tantric practice, I was actually probably about 40 pounds heavier when I first started my tantric practice years and years ago, and began really embodying myself and really stepping into, my sexuality and my sensuality and really tuning into my energies. I can remember within a couple months, weight falling off like that. And this is not a weight loss talk, because I don't think that weight loss is always the answer. I think that sometimes our bodies needs, we have a set point for a reason. But I remember at this point, I was holding a lot of trauma, and that in owning my body and really getting in touch with my body, that extra weight that I was holding just to protect myself fell off like that. and I didn't even do anything different. Yes, I started to eat, like I naturally began taking care of my body more. I naturally began drinking more water, eating more fruits and vegetables, but it was not a conscious choice. It was not like I'm going to eat better. It was like, no, like I'm in tune with myself. I'm in tune with my body, so I'm going to start feeding it better. And beyond our body, it really is just loving on ourselves. I think I was actually yesterday reading a book, and I'm not through it, but John Maxwell's Failing Forward, and it was talking about how so many of us personalize our failures. We go, okay, well, this didn't work, or this happened, or that happened. I made a mistake, because we're all humans and we all make mistakes, but instead of looking at it in a sense of like, I am bad, which then will hold in our bodies, which pulls at pulls into a negative self-esteem. We end up personalizing instead of like, I made a mistake, I'm human. That's not saying that it's like okay to go around doing whatever you want. I think I just flashed the camera. Sorry, guys. But it is to say that we all make mistakes. We all have moments. We all fall down. We all sometimes don't show up as our best self. I can tell you, I mean, I'm fine with calling myself under the bus in these lives, because the truth is, like, I absolutely hate when I watch somebody's live and they're sitting there and they're like, I'm so perfect and like nothing gets to me and I don't do anything wrong. That's bull. That's bull. It's not the truth. That's why the people I follow I watch their lives, because they're real, they're raw, they're authentic. And so I don't want to sit here and go, oh, like I never do this. But I can tell you, like, there's been times, especially, I've had a year, so especially in like the last year and a half where I've gone, yeah, that is not my best self. Addison, that was not your best self right there. That was not your best self. But it is going, I still love myself. I might not like my actions. And sometimes that's a hard one to really turn. But it is important to, when you have those moments of like, I'm so stupid, I'm so ugly, I can't believe I did that. What, all that chatter, all that chatter that we can get into, and I know women especially, but you guys as well, because I've heard a man really like rail on himself too. So this is not just for women, but hearing, when you're starting to kind of go down that train, to stop and go like, no, like I do love myself. I may not have liked that action. That may not have been exactly aligned, but I still love myself. I'm a good person. That doesn't change who I am just because I made a mistake, just because I got out of an alignment for a second. That just means that I have to get back in alignment. That just means I have to tune back into my soul. And so kind of coming back around and really just owning that unique piece. I did I wrote yesterday, instead of going out and doing like lots of celebrations, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a self-freedom day where like I just get stuff done. I really and more internal stuff, where I really just kind of jump in and do some of the stuff that I've been meaning to do, that I've been avoiding doing, as far as like personal journaling and that kind of thing. And I had a thought. There's a reason I was telling you that. I was doing this journaling, and a lot of it was on, kind of like unique pieces to me. And it really was this eye opener of like, yeah, that is unique. That is like, and a lot of times I can turn it. And I know people, my clients all the time will come in and they'll be like, oh, like I have such an annoying laugh. I'm like, I love your laugh. Like that's what makes you you. That makes your funny laugh makes me laugh. And I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you. Like I think that's adorable. I love the way you see the world in such a childlike nature. All these little quirks are truly what makes us beautiful. But what ends up happening is, just like our bodies, we try to like restrict and cut things off and go for surgery and clip this and tuck that and all of that. Just like that, we do that with our personality and our uniqueness. We try to snip and cut and take all of this beauty out of ourselves, out of our personality, because we think we're not going to be accepted. And I think there's something about, you know, as you get older, just going, and some people never get to this point, but I do think that I see with all my clients and all that throughout the years that there is something that happens in, like, especially for women in their mid to late 30s, where they're like, F this, like, it is what it is. Or they live for a very long time, maybe forever, not truly just going like, this is me, this is me. And so it is like starting right now to accept those little pieces. So if you hear that negative voice in your head, just like stopping it and be like, not available for that BS today. I'm not available to hate on myself today. That's not doing me any good. Just like I'm not, like, hating my body, my very core, the very vehicle that I have been given to get from place to place isn't doing me any good. Yelling at yourself about losing 5 pounds, you know, or, you know, how you got wrinkles or whatever it is, isn't changing it. It's not making it any better. It's actually, you're putting your focus so harshly on that is exactly what you're getting more of. That is exactly where your attention is. Attention, not intention, attention is. And so you are gonna be almost pulling that in more, pulling people in that are recognizing that more. Instead of really owning and like focusing in on these beauty pieces. I don't mean beauty, I mean beauty pieces and self, and then getting more of that, getting that dynamic magnetism that comes when we are really just opening ourselves. And it is a process. It is a process. It's not going to happen overnight. A lot of these things happen internal first. A lot of our growth happens internal, and it is like that seed. It's still growing, and a lot of times people around us won't see it yet because it's not at that growth point. It's still germinating. It's still growing. It's still expanding. So start expanding. Start really stepping into that beauty that is you on all levels, in your body, in your mind, in your soul. Okay? All right, guys. On that note, I have some really awesome new coaching programs coming out. So stay tuned because they're written. I need my team to do a little bit of tweaking on a couple of website things, but then they will be out and ready for you to jump into. I'm so excited to get this kind of like fresh feel to things. I always like to change things up when they're feeling just not quite aligned. So be on the lookout for that. Other than that, again, I have free spirit talks with the amazing Kendall Williams later on today at 12 Central Time. So please check us out then. We always have a good time laughing, joking, and also really just truth talking about some sometimes really deep topics. So check us out then. Other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. You can find me at addisonbell.net. All right, guys, I love you. Bye.